Recording there. Recording now. Right, when you're ready.
Alright, are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Alright. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 1 of the Young Entrepreneurs London podcast.
Sorry. We're gonna do it anyway. I'll speak up a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, Hello everyone and welcome to episode 1 of the Young Entrepreneurs London podcast, where we educate, motivate and elevate young entrepreneurs towards reaching their fullest potential. Today we are going to be covering edit.
Don't worry, it's fine, just keep going, because we're gonna just keep there, bro.
Okay. Today we're going to be covering a range of topics.
Yeah, go on, keep going, it's fine.
First of all, we're going to be discussing why companies like Toys R Us, Maplin and Blockbuster have sort of disappeared in recent years. And then we're going to move on to how entrepreneurs can use the internet to help themselves. And lastly, we're then going to move on to like a personal section where we're going to share our reasons as to why we chose to become entrepreneurs and how our journeys have been so far. So to start off, I'm going to introduce myself and kind of give a bit of a background as to what I do. My name is Anthon Williams. I am an e-commerce entrepreneur. I currently run my own e-commerce store, and I also design and manage e-commerce stores for other people.
My name's Hayden, and I'm a own a marketing agency that also deals with brands and advertising, and I do a few other things as well, but we'll get onto that another day. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I'm Jerome, motivational speaker, and I hold a young entrepreneurs group where I met these two guys last week, where I hold networking events for young entrepreneurs in London. And obviously, like him, I do loads of other stuff as well, but that's like the main two things that I'm doing at the moment. So yeah.
Yeah, alright, great. Okay, so to move on to our first section of the podcast, why have companies like Toys R Us, Maplin and Blockbuster sort of disappeared in recent years? Because obviously, you know, back in the day, I'm sure when we were growing up, you know, these companies were pretty big in our time. You know, they were pretty big companies, they were making lots of money, they were very successful companies. And then all of a sudden, they've disappeared. You know, you don't see them around anymore.
You want to start?
You want to go into
it? Yeah, you can start with moving around in a circle like that.
Okay, alright, so in my honest opinion, I feel like with Blockbuster, they didn't keep up with the times. They didn't keep up with technology. You know, they didn't adapt their business model to incorporate the way technology was moving forward. So, for example, Netflix, they pretty much do the same thing that Blockbuster does, but online, which made it more convenient for people to access their services. So rather than having to travel to a brick and mortar store to rent, you know, a film or something, you can just get it online and get it in seconds. You know, and you know, Blockbuster failed to see that opportunity, and you know, Netflix pretty much came and stole all their customers right underneath their noses, isn't it? With Toys R Us, I'm going to admit I didn't really do much research on Toys R Us actually.
No, that's fine. Whatever you know, your basic knowledge. Just anything at the top of your head. It's not really meant to be the right thing. There's no right thing. Just say what you think.
Yeah. I think with Maplin, I think a similar kind of thing happened with Maplin. Rather than people having to go to a brick and mortar store to order electronics, they would rather just order it online and get it delivered to their house. You know.
Even though Maplin has an online shop, I just don't think they're marketing or advertising that well. to bring in new customers.
And I believe myself, you can only buy and sell certain products online. Not everything is like online worthy, if that makes sense. So like books, that's fine, but maybe electronics, no. If you want to get a cable, it's just like, I don't know, you can go online for a cable. I just don't see, I don't know. And Amazon as well. Amazon do so much different products. Like for me, I go to Amazon first. Like, if I want to get a cable or anything technical, I always go to Amazon first. Because if you were to price match the products, it ends up being cheaper on Amazon. It's the same product though. Like they sell Maplins. The Maplins is like, they don't own it. Well, they do some cables, but they're just like most places, like a whole store. That makes it like a supermarket. They just do various technology products, and they've got their own little shitty brands. But the main thing is that they sell. So basically, what the suppliers have probably done, they're probably making more money online from Amazon and just said,
there you
go. Nothing have to go. That was probably a big loss for them. Suppliers.
Exactly. That's it.
I mean, Maplin just with the brand, they just lost their why should customers come to us? You know, how do they relate to customers? They don't relate to me in any way at all.
And they're in a really broad niche, because I remember when I was at uni,
I mean, they don't
sound design and stuff. It was more for like electricians and plumbers and technical guys, and that nobody goes there to buy. It's not like an everyday shop.
I mean,
exactly.
I mean, when you're technical, you sort of go there. You know what you want to buy, so you don't need to have that shop with the shop assistant hassling you. You know, you don't need that. You can just go online. You go to Amazon or you go to anywhere, and you can just buy the same thing. It costs a lot less because obviously drop shippers and everything else.
Yeah, of course.
Less markup, but people just make the same amount of money, and they just lost their brand. They're just marketing techniques and stuff like that. They didn't make it personal. They went in too broad. If you're selling stuff online, you want to be going into exact. You need to be going into that niche. You be saying, we sell this, we sell that, not just a general electric shop. Or I mean, what does Maplin even sell apart from? I think isn't it just wires and
pretty much like
everything technical,
electrical stuff really.
But it's all over the place because they do because I got it quite a bit. They do TV, CCTV. This is only of recent. They do like digital doorbells. They do PA
But
systems.
the thing is, I could just go on Google. I could just go to Google and ask. Because Google sells all that stuff.
Yeah. And I guess Maplin also had.
He also got Honeywell as well.
Who?
Honeywell.
What's that?
The company that does all the. They install it and everything. Yeah, they're quite good.
Okay.
I think they're more based over in America though. I think they're stronger over in America.
Okay.
Right, I see.
But they still sell the whole CCTV for your front door and alarm systems and things like that.
Okay.
They're quite big in the whole Internet of Things for the house.
Well, another thing I was going to bring up about Maplin is I guess they had pretty fierce competition from people like Argos and Homebase, because in my opinion, if I needed like a cable or something
you'd
my
go
house, I would think Argos first before Maplin.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm pretty sure most people probably have similar thought process to that as well. So I guess
they're marketing and advertising. I've never seen advertisements of Maplin. Not really. Like, I don't know whether that's just because I'm not their target audience and they're really high targeted, or whether. I mean, I've never seen brand awareness at all. The only thing I've ever seen is a shop on the high street, and
to be fair,
what's the point of me walking in if I don't know what they're selling?
Even about their shop locations, I don't think they were the best, because with the Maplin in Kingston, the shop was hidden. It was in like some hidden alleyway that not many people really went past. So again, limited brand awareness. No one's seen their shop. So I guess that also kind of.
I think that's the same thing with Toys R Us and Blockbuster as well. I mean, they just get comfortable, and then they just don't do as much advertising. They don't change with the times. They don't keep up with the advertising or marketing techniques. They just don't. They're just not there. I mean, I don't know what for Toys R Us, I don't know what the email marketing's like, because obviously that's the biggest thing. When you got a shop, you'll be getting their emails, even if you're offline, because then you get the whole thing online as well. I mean, Blockbuster I think they got massive. They got too big, and they thought, we're the big guys. nobody's going to change. You know, nobody's going to change.
Yeah.
Like, it's sort of like how people change from the VCR to just discs.
Yeah, I remember that. DVD was the big thing in my era, man. When
Yeah.
DVD come out, everybody was excited. Man.
Yeah.
And it was the time where you can get cracked DVDs as well, so you can get a DVD for £1.
Yeah,
Chinese
absolutely.
people say,
Yeah.
for £1. And that whole,
Or
that was
five for £1 or something like that, you know.
that's a whole other concept for myself. I'll go into, obviously I do music, innit? Like, so music for me was the first industry to hit by the technology boom. It was the first industry because obviously, like you said, we went from, you know, records to cassette. I was in that era. I used to go to school playing cassette, then from CD into the download era. And then, because it was so powerful, now we're in streaming. Like, we had to say, you know what, we can't beat it. Like, technology, you know, they went online, they found ways to rip files, and I remember downloading the whole album for free, and I was like, wow, I get all this music for free. And the music industry is still in the turmoil about how we're going to make money off this. And there is that element of giving free. Oh, that's why there's so much music out now. Because now you can listen to music for free, which is great. But it's been devalued now. Because now people just listen to it quickly. There's no barrier behind it. So that's why now the record companies have partnered with the stream, because they're like, look, we can't stop people listening to music. So now we can, you know, charge them on how the length of time they listen to it and try and make. There is a lot of loopholes and a lot of because the labels have went with the Spotify and the iTunes and stuff. There's a lot of money being taken and advertisement from the labels, and artists are getting pennies.
And I guess that's kind of why HMV. I think it's struggling.
Yeah, they went into intermission in 2000. I grew up in HMV, innit? So
have they gone bankrupt already?
Yeah, they got brought out. Basically, there was a rich guy basically who just said, look, you guys are in trouble. We want you to survive, and they just brought them out because they're the only
Same thing with
music
Blackberries as well, isn't it?
Oh, is that what happened with them? They're about to go down.
Yeah, they were going to go bust.
Wow, I mean, I remember Blackberries when I was in college. Blackberries was popular for a good
years.
Killed
it, man.
And yet again, it's another brand that never changed with the times.
Yeah,
they're trying to keep.
And people don't know BlackBerry is an old phone. You know, it's not like 2009. It was popular. It was like a old phone. But
that's like the 80s, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't even know about the BlackBerry.
That's like the problem.
It was like a little what it was like a little gadget kind of phone. With a big pad.
Yeah.
But then obviously the iPhone came in. I remember that was the iPhone. It was everywhere.
Yeah. You used to get BBM and that.
BBM, BlackBerry pin.
And then all of a sudden the iPhone came along and said, you know what, you've got a touch screen, you've got all these apps, your phone does all of this. And BlackBerry just went to shit. I mean, what can you do?
But
you have to change with the times.
I think they easily could have kept up. I mean, they easily could have came up with
I mean, the thing is, what makes me sort of laugh is the fact that it's actually BlackBerry is owned by BMI.
Yeah, I think so.
They only do commercial computers, like servers and stuff like that. You know, they're BMI, BIM, IBM.
IBM.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry,
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, they're not really people you really hear about, but I mean, they do massive stuff. Which is why I'm quite surprised at why BlackBerry didn't actually keep up.
Exactly, yeah.
Sometimes they're never ready for it. Sometimes it's like when they get hit with something so strong, like they're just not ready for it, and it just takes over so quick. People have been sitting in the background, you know, trying to work out certain stuff, and you know what I mean. But I think mainly the main thing, the problem is that I don't think they're thinking longevity, or they really believing that, you know, something's gonna have an impact as it has. So the main common thread is like maybe they just want to stick to the traditional roots. Maybe the guys that are chairmen have been chairmen for years and they're not young. That's why now I like this era, because a lot of young CEOs and they're all young, so we got a different kind of head on us. Like I said, my mum's got a business, a Caribbean restaurant, but I know in my head the way I am, I can make that restaurant make thousands tomorrow because of my mentality. That my mum's been trapped in that, you know, traditional restaurant way. She doesn't understand that you need to really bring people.
It's like how most Fortune 500 companies are, you know, they're not taking to social media advertising. And they're sticking to the traditional methods, but yet social media is so targeted. You know, you could take your likes, or you could just get a list of emails and put it in, and Facebook would make lookalike audiences, and it's absolutely like Facebook and Instagram. I mean, Facebook and Instagram are the same thing. You use the same ads manager, but I mean, like Google and stuff like that. It's just so powerful. It's so targeted. You're spending so much. You're spending so little money on advertising on Facebook and Instagram,
It's so targeted as well.
So targeted.
Yeah.
Instead of going to the TV, you can go to the. Don't worry about that. With the TV, it's about with TV advertising. You got to sit there and you got to think. Hang on a second. What is the demographics of this person? What TV shows do they watch? When do we want to be on? Do we want to be on in between? Let's say we're targeting old people and like older people, and they're watching. I don't know, what do they watch? Coronation Street and stuff like this. We want to be on that time. We want to be on when they're watching this. But then another thing you have to think about is how many of them people are actually going to watch that live. Because if you get it recorded, people will just skip it. And that's the issue. I mean, on Facebook, brand awareness and everything else is so much more powerful because you just scroll through and it's just so much better.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, because the main problem about traditional marketing methods is it's not personalised. So, i.e., for example, let's take a billboard on the street or a poster at a bus stop. Not necessarily everyone that sees it is going to be interested.
But that's why
it's just random.
That
Literally.
Offline, I sort of get that with the billboards and things like that because people see it, but they don't necessarily recognise it so they don't get pissed off with it. Like if you over advertise to a certain particular person, like demographic of people, they can see it too often and then they get pissed off. Whereas on like billboards and TFL and stuff like that, I think I'd like to debate you on that point because, if they will get too pissed off.
Well, it depends. It could work either way because if you're constantly showing your brand to a potential customer, eventually they might be like, okay, I've seen this brand enough. It's on the forefront of my mind. Let me just buy from them. Or it could work.
But then what happens if people generally, because when you're talking sales, you get 12 contacts. If people see you 12 times and they don't act at all, they do not give a shit about your brand. They don't care. They will never buy from you. And the thing is, you get onto the point of where you because they're not interested and they're not wanting to buy right then, you then get the issue of you've pissed them off. And in your head, because when you talk about branding, and that person identifies you as they pissed me off, they will never buy from you ever, and they will go to a competitor.
But that's why you have to target.
You drive them away.
No, but that's why you have to target your marketing campaigns towards people that you know are interested. That's why social media is good because on Facebook,
you do that, but then you can get the people that just aren't ready to buy your product. So they sit there and they go, I know about your brand, I know what you do, you've targeted me so much, I know exactly what you do, I'm just not ready to buy